And we'll talk about how we carry that out, the pace that we carry that out, including others to take part. Can everybody hear me?
Speak louder.
Okay. Now can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? This last session is an action plan, right? And we'll talk after we read the statement. We'll talk about how we would carry out this action plan, the pace we would go at, and the recruitment of people to carry it out. Okay. I made the changes that we had discussed in that last session. Remember, this is a living document, and I do really appreciate the suggestion that for some settings, we just want to take portions of this or a smaller part of this for like our website, to take a few lines of it as our mission statement, and then in other areas show the whole book. So this is the adapted one, and also this is the living document. I mean, this is something that needs to be looked at, 12 months from now to see like something needs to be changed in it. This is not like the Constitution that doesn't change.
It's not like the plaque in the wall set in bronze.
No, it's not like the plaque in the wall set in bronze. No. We are a downtown congregation that strives to be the hands, feet, heart, and mind of Jesus, offering radical hospitality to the valley. If you work in the city, in county offices, own a business, wait on tables in a local restaurant, or find yourself unemployed, we welcome you. We welcome the comfortable and well-fed, the unsheltered and the hungry, those battling addiction and those who are recovering. Whether you are straight, transitioning, or questioning, we offer a safe place for you to discover the love of Jesus in the community. If you know what you believe or are an agnostic doubter, recovering from a previous church experience or a long-time Methodist, we understand that it's more important to experience grace and community than it is to claim a dogma. We welcome the valley, the well-to-do, struggling family, retired gray-haired older adult, a squirmy baby, the dad who tells silly jokes, and the high-tech mom, white and black people, and all the wonderful skinny hues that are in between. Whatever your heritage, born here or elsewhere, we believe that diversity is a strength and reflects the creativity of God. We welcome you. Together, we strive to live out the teachings of Jesus. We believe that first and foremost, our religion should make us kinder and more compassionate, and creating us a greater capacity to love. We invite you to become companions with us and strive to be the hands and feet, heart and mind of Jesus in the valley. Several people came to me between the two sessions. Sue, I think Beverly, I don't know, some other folks, and I thought their suggestions were great. They said, this last section really could be a mission statement. Together we strive to live out the teaching of Jesus. We believe that first and foremost, our religion should make us kinder, more compassionate, creating us a greater capacity to love. We invite you to become companions with us and try to be the hands, heart, and feet, mind of Jesus in the valley. So then we'll take this to the board, and then we'll have it approved there, and that's when we'll begin to post it in different places. But I want to go through the action plan. And some parts of this action plan are, we'll take 4 people to implement another. And the first part of the action plan is something that I will take care of and I will implement. After Easter, I would like to really recruit as many people as possible to do radical hospitality. You have that book with you, Mary? I've taught this a couple times before, really taught it with some success. It's a great curriculum. It's written by a bishop, Bishop Shinise. But this is the book, and I would like to just do first radical hospitality. And then in the fall, I would like to do extravagant generosity. Okay. And then maybe passionate worship after that. But it's an easy study. I think now they've also come out with a workbook for the church. And I'll get that workbook. And it's honestly, it's a curriculum through Cokesbury that is not expensive. It's pretty cheap stuff. Not cheap, as in cheap. Inexpensive. Is it not expensive? I have already talked to Angela in the next trustees meeting. I think this is something the trustees take responsibility for. Looking at signage for LGBTQ that is informs people that they can come here and it's safe. but something that looks decent, okay, and looks good, that works with the campus.
Where will you put that?
That's what we have to talk about. That's what we have to talk about, right? How we do this in a way that's tasteful and that works. So I want that to be the decision of the board of trustees. That's their charging problem. Be part of a small group to meet with Dagoberto Morales and Unite. We are already talking with them, and I've talked to Penny and Linda. Penny's away. Linda emailed me last night. She's not feeling well, so she's not here. About I've been working with Access, but we have a food pantry here, and we actually had a volunteer from Unite helping with the pantry on Wednesday. But we are talking about moving it to an evening hour because most everybody, the clients of Unite are, they're working.
Right.
And they can't get to the food. So we are in conversation with them, but we do need a small task force. It does not need to be a lot of people. And if you want to do this, sit down. We need to talk with Dagoberto. You know, how can we be in mission alongside you? What resources do we have already here that need to be shared? I'll tell you, he's an amazing renter. He pays ahead. He watches the property. He calls me if he sees something bad happening. He's a good renter. So anyway, I mean, he is. He's a really good renter. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Is it Kathy's husband?
Yes. Yeah, that's Kathy's husband, right?
Ben,
Yeah.
I'd like to be part of that.
Sure.
I would also suggest that.
You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to pass around a assignment sheet. Yes. Because
Do we have that? I know that action plan came out in the weekly,
it is, and it's there on Monday, and I'm stealing your pencil.
so I see.
Yeah.
Is this where I get to practice forgiveness?
Does Beth have a piece of paper?
I have paper.
All right.
You read it, Ben? God bless.
All right. And you know, we want to recruit other people that are not here for some of these things, right? So, if you have, so this is a task force to sit down with Dagoberto. I have told him he wants to do that, and he is more than happy to do that with us. He really would like that. So, that's, you know.
So are you talking about the possibility of opening the food bank in the evening for them? only?
Yeah, Penny and Linda are talking about opening it for them. Yeah, and working with Dagoberto on that for his clients. That's
Okay,
correct.
okay.
And then they've also mentioned maybe they can train one of their people to do it. So they don't have to be here in the evening. They're actually open to that as well, but they need to get all of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was wondering how that was going.
Yeah, well, we don't have all the details yet, but we just started. They have had volunteers come here to see how it operates already. But, you know, this is a work in process, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Unite Task Force. Pass it around. Okay. We have talked to the board and we'll talk to the finance committee. I know that right now we can't do it, but if you don't have a plan, you don't have a goal, you have nothing to aspire to. So for a Christian educator, I would have something, like to have something to aspire to. We can't do it right now, folks. We just can't. But, you know, a future means that you have hope and you want to work towards something. So we'll do that and among the finance committee. You know, one of our more successful things during the pandemic was our little food truck, the music that we had, parking lot festival. I think that during the summer, if we could do 2 or 3 of those, and really focus on the business community right here, people who work in the offices, there's really not many places to eat here, guys. If you don't like Thai and you want to walk to eat, there's not really anything. There's really nothing much here. There's a hamburger place way down the road by. Well, there's a few places. There's just not much here. And with the music, people really enjoy that. I would need somebody to share that with me. So if you have an interest in that, or if the Methodist men or Methodist women want to take it on with me, because you don't want me to do that. It needs to be the work of the church, but I will definitely be in there with you.
And the fiddlers would be glad to provide this.
Yeah, and so we'll work with you.
At no cost.
And that needs to be the daytime, because we want to do lunch for the people here.
Right.
But that was a real success. And then the other thing that I have is to update our website. It really needs to be updated, and our social media presence. And really that needs like 4 or 5 people. Chris has given me someone that we can talk to through the website. Chris has said he's not really a website person, but he's given me someone we can talk to. We can talk to others. In my opinion, the website doesn't need to be done away with. That's very expensive, but we can take the framework of the current website and we can really improve it. We don't need to look for a new server, a new webmaster. It just needs to be updated and improved visually and with information.
And kept updated.
Yeah, that's why you need a task force. Well, not a secretary.
I put that on the back of the Unite sign up.
Okay.
So Unite on one side
Right.
and task force social media on the back.
For some thank you for doing that. For some congregations, keep it up your Facebook, or really what's more common now than Facebook is
Instagram.
Instagram. For younger people, it's like, that's what they do. I mean, they're always putting stuff on.
What was it, Instagram?
Instagram is actually more common right now. Yeah, I know. The world will go right past you, Bobby. You blink
I
your
know.
eyes.
But
But actually, I read an article lately, a week or two ago, that for the first time, Facebook in America subscriptions dropped. Instagram has increased. So with Instagram and with Facebook, it's not hard to set up. It just requires people who like to take photos and loading stuff. Because our Facebook, honestly, it's got like all our services on it, but we're not advertising what we're doing. So in Instagram, that's easy too. Think about it, Facebook and Instagram is when you load one photo or one article onto Facebook, you're also doing it in Instagram. You can set it up so it's doing it simultaneously, because they're both owned by the same company. What?
Meta?
Is that what they're called now?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's part of me that really, I don't know, it's kind of like buying from Amazon. But, what's your option for social media? Not much. We could pull together a task force of about 4 people. What those 4 people would do, they would talk with some folks about upgrading our website and, take pictures and put stuff up there. That is a loss of Kimberly. Kimberly was good at that. She was young and she was always loading stuff on. So was yeah. Molly was. Robbie was some too. Yeah. And we've lost that. I'm just not. I wish I could tell you that I love that stuff, that I like doing it, but I don't. But if I did it with a group, I probably would have more incentive. So that's just taking a piece by piece to try to live into the welcome statement. The last session, we talked about how we would implement each of these paragraphs in small ways that were not overwhelming for us. That didn't make us feel like we were always running behind, trying to catch up. Yeah.
I was just thinking, you mentioned to me once, blessing of the animals. That would be something that we could advertise and have in the parking lot someday.
Yeah, it would be. And that would really be something that you'd be the perfect thing to put on Facebook, Instagram, website.
What is that? I didn't hear what you said.
Blessing of the animals. You know what that is?
Oh, yes.
I had a church called St. Francis. That was in South Charlotte, and we did it every year. This for St. Francis, the CC thing.
Right.
It's actually in it's actually in the Methodist Book of Worship, Blessing of the Animals.
Yep.
Okay. We do.
Outdoors would be a safer place to do it.
What?
Outdoors would be a safer place.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, unless you want poo on your carpet. Although, St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City, they do it inside, but, that's a whole different ballgame. They bring like camels in there.
That's it.
Yeah.
They do. It's a big, big,
It's all tile.
big.
But yeah, we would do it outside. But yeah, right, that's a great community event. Pass out flyers, right? So that's what I have. I'm taking it piece by piece. Yeah. Okay. Comments, questions? I know you have comments. You always have comments.
Well, I just want to say, when I read the statement, it's just really well done. I think it's
Okay.
super inclusive, and it just made me feel really proud to have us really articulate those things in one place and so succinctly. It was just-
I'll tell you what I did. I really took that from your notes. Of all our sessions that we were together, I thought mission statement, welcome statement, well, our hospitality is kind of our strength. So we do a welcome statement, and I just kind of try to make it poetic with images from what I heard you tell us.
And you
that's what I heard.
succeeded.
Nice to see it on the page.
Yeah, that's what I heard you telling me. I do think in different ways it needs to be broken up, though. I do agree with that. And that's fine. We can like have it full on Facebook and website.
I think it would be nice if, when we have at least the beginnings of a list of who wants to work in which areas, then the whole congregation can have that list, that people that aren't here will know where, where to sign up.
That's a great
And people that
idea.
have signed up for something else and don't want to be like on every committee can at least know who to contact when they have a really good idea.
We will do that. Once we get that list.
I'm full of ideas.
Well, no, but it's not a hard thing to do. That's an easy thing to do. Once we get that list, we can put it on the Monday email, and we can let people,
Everybody.
we can pass it out in worship.
Right,
Put it in the
everybody's
bulletin
gotta have
itself. And say, these are the people who are on it. If you'd like to take part with us, let us know, let me know. Call the church, email us, or, these are the places that you can do. And these are task forces. These are not things that go on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to second that,
So
because
don't
we
call
talked to
me.
someone recently who thought that they wanted to do some stuff in the church, but weren't
Okay, well,
sure
I've been
how to
reading
get
this.
in without getting in with the whole,
Not
you know,
reading this.
how the congregation can be involved in things without being in Methodist women or Methodist men or the choir or whatever it is, but could come in for specific projects. And this person, I think, also might be helpful on the website at no cost, but I'll talk to you later because I don't want to say anything until you talk to this person.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's not me.
Oh, yeah.
It's
We can, but yeah, so if you're, now, having you help with the website doesn't mean you can do the website. You don't want your minister to do stuff by him or herself. It's the congregation. You want me to help lead, but you always want me to be doing it with you. Because it's your church, our church. What?
Not to
No,
us.
not to you, but to have you, I mean, this statement, when I first wrote it, I thought it was pretty good. And then I met with the task force, and they kind of tore it up, and it really was better after they finished with it. We come to better truth when we work together. Yeah, he's the one who told me I had one paragraph that was one line, and it's not good. He was right. We changed it. We changed a few words on it. Yeah, okay.
A big thing.
I just had a comment, like, I really appreciate what you just said, so I need to join the church first of all, because I but how I can help is limited. I watch my grandchildren,
Yeah.
I have my daughter lives with me, and different things, so it's very nice, you get anxious thinking about getting involved, and so it's nice to have
A task force.
a task force.
Or to have one thing you can do.
One
Now,
thing, yeah.
honestly, those community things, we want fairs, we want to call them, or lunches, that is something that, you can do once, it's done. You can, help get a food truck here and welcome people, or get the parking lot ready. That's not something that's ongoing, it's a one-shot deal. Okay. But I'll work with Rod, since he's the governing board chair, and we'll look at the calendar, and we'll put 2 or 3 on the calendar.
Are you gonna open this room for people to bring their food in to eat?
You know, that's something that we'll have to discuss. I don't want to make a decision on that.
It would seem like it would be kind of,
If it's hot, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
well,
Right, like last
you're
time.
getting them into the building, you know, it's not like they're just out there.
We did it during COVID, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why the bishop had shut our building down.
But if the weather's nice, they like to be
We can
outside.
do it now.
Oh,
Just
that's-
we put tables.
We can have some outside and some inside seating. But that's for the committee to decide.
The shelters.
Yes, right. Yeah, you want to do that. Is that on that sheet too?
One sheet is here, parking lot, social media, and community, where's the other sheet?
That's in there.
Turn it over.
That's the only sheet.
But there's 6 items.
Yeah, but some of those items I want the committee and the church to take care of. Like some of them I want the trustees and the finance. I want them to take responsibility
Okay.
on that stuff because they're already in place.
So 1, 2, and 4 aren't on there.
Yeah, because that's a church governing board or committee work. You know, the trustees work hard. The trustees in any church, which is really important, because they oversee the property. You know, they're the only legal body within the church. It's not the board, it's the board of trustees. Yeah.
On number 2, do the trustees or the church assign?
Yeah.
Who is board trustees chair?
That's Angela.
So we can get in touch with.
Yeah, talk with Angela. She knows about it. I've talked to her about this.
Angela is an amazing chair of trustees. She really knows what she's doing. and gets-
She does, man. Boy, she's good.
And she works across the street, so she.
I feel
can
so
go over there
fortunate to
and
have
watch
her.
over.
She is really, really good. Yeah. Okay. All right, so, Rod?
Yeah.
I guess we need just to finally just take it to the, when's our next meeting for the board?
Off the top of your head.
14th, April 14th,
Okay, well, that's not that,
April 18th.
that's not that far away.
Yeah.
And that, if I could meet with that task force that does this, wants to do the social media first, so that way we can, once that gets approved by the board, we can get the statement out in the ways we want to get it out.
When is the trustees meeting, or do we have one scheduled?
We don't have one scheduled right now.
It'd be before the board, though.
Yeah, we need to be before the board, right? We'll do that, we'll take care of that tomorrow. I'll call Angela, we'll get that meeting together.
I was
Yeah,
going to say also there's Dagoberto. I'm saying he's.
Dr. Berko.
Anyway, we're going to try and get him to do a program for the United Methodist Women.
Oh, good.
We could let people know that they could come and join us if they want to
Sure.
for the program. So we'll let you know when we find out.
Okay. Yeah, he'll do it. He's very easy to work with. You have to really pay attention when he's talking. I do, because his accent's pretty thick.
Yeah.
You have to really, well, you all know him, you have to really pay attention when he's speaking.
Yeah, talk slowly to him too,
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. We're moving along. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Are we done?
That's okay.
It's 2 days.
2 days.